This is the remote for the Exway X1 Pro, and if you saw my last video on the range test, you know that I only tested it in third gear. Third gear gave us a range of 10.7 miles, which is pretty good. Exway claims that the board can go up to 16 miles, but what kind of conditions is that in? Obviously it's ideal conditions, but today we're going to test the Exway X1 Pro in second gear. So it's a lot slower than third gear, but we're going to go out and give it the old college try. At this moment, I weigh 185 pounds. That is 94 kilos, I think. If not, I will just put something on the screen so you will know how much I actually weigh in kilos. It is 89 degrees Fahrenheit, 99 degrees is the feels like temperature with 63% humidity. Does that make any difference? Who knows? Let's get out there and give it a try. Second gear, Exway X1 Pro range test coming at you right now. All right, I haven't been out on my board in about a week and it's decharged a little bit, so I'm just topping it up on the charger. I'm using the quick charger. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes to run it full. It says it's at 100%, but the little light on the charger is still red, so that means it's not technically 100% full. If we look at the app, it says it's charging, and then you can see that it says there's a 16.2 mile range, and the board is 100%. So as soon as the light goes green on the charging brick, I'll be good to go. And just like that, we're done. Let's ride. Something's missing. That's better, ready to roll. Just to make this test as fair as possible, I'm walking to an area that I can get on the board so I don't have to get off and then speed up and slow down and speed up and slow down. When I get on the board, I'm going to be going until the battery dies or until I slow down enough where walking is just as fast. Another 50 meters or so and I'll get on the board and we'll get this show on the road. Exway X1 Pro in Gear 2 range test. All right, 1 mile. 1 mile and the board is at 93%. It's pretty good. Although Gear 2 is very slow. This is going to be a long range test. Stand by for mile 2. So yeah, in Gear 2, it looks like I'm averaging about 13 miles an hour, which is faster than my running speed by quite a bit, but you know, it's not as thrilling as gears 3 and 4. But I think we're gonna get some good range. We've gone 2 miles and the board is at 87%. Still pretty good, plenty of juice left. All right, so here's the deal. My phone timed out and the odometer reset. So I was like 2 point something into this test. And because it reset, I've got no idea how far I was. So now I'm gonna have to go back, recharge the board and start this test all over again. Stand by, at least I get to ride home a little faster. This is a lot more fun. I'm out of time today, so I'm gonna come back tomorrow and try this range test again. Faster than a golf cart. All right guys, I'm back home from that botched range test. Tomorrow, I'm gonna use GPS on my watch. That way I'll know where the mile markers are, and then I can just use the remote to show me the percentage of the battery. So I know I went to mile 2, so tomorrow I'm gonna pick up at mile 3. Let's just fast forward to tomorrow. Good morning. It's the second day trying out this range test, and we just passed the 3 mile mark and the battery is at 84%. Pretty good. Conditions are perfect for this range test this morning. Yesterday it was a little warm, but this morning it's 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and the feels like temperature is also 77 degrees. That's 25 Celsius. Perfect. Warm, but not too warm. Mile 4 has the battery at 80%. Still looking good. Up to 12 miles to go. I'm hoping we can get at least to 15. Mile 5 has us at 70%. Our speed is around 12 miles an hour, so we're slowing down already. But still, we're still moving at a good clip, and 70% is a good battery life for 5 miles already. Stay tuned. Mile 6 and we're at 65%. Mile 7 and we're at 60%. Still looking good. Okay, mile 8 and we're at 54%. That is exactly half the range that Exway claims the X1 Pro will go. So let's see how it does for the next 8 miles. Mile 9 and we're at 43%. Mile 9, 43%. All right, mile 10 and the board is at 36%. Mile 11 and we have 26% of the battery remaining. Mile 12, we're at 24%. And my legs are getting tired from just standing on this board. We've been going for 57 minutes so far. We're almost to the end now. I should add that I ran 13 miles before I came out to do this test, so that's why my legs are tired. I can generally stand for an hour. All right guys, mile 13 and we're at 20%. The board is actually holding its speed pretty well. We look at my watch, we're right around 12 miles an hour, so I'm kind of alternating between 11.9 and 12.3. When I've been going into the wind, it might go down to 11.5, but it's been pretty consistent. And we've already run through 80% of the battery. The fastest speed I had was around 13.2, 13.3, so that's not too bad of a drop. Sometimes the battery lag really slows down the board towards the end of the battery life, but I'm impressed. 13 miles and we're going pretty strong. Mile 14 and we are down to 17%. Mile 14 and 17%. Mile 15 and we're at 15%. Guys, we are gonna do this. We are gonna get a full 16 miles out of this Exway X1 Pro. That's pretty impressive. Stand by for mile 16. So Exway claims that the Exway X1 Pro has a range up to 16 miles. Well, I just passed the 16-mile mark and I still have 12% of the battery remaining. I wonder how much further it'll go. Mile 17, we have 7% of the battery remaining. Mile 17! Can you believe it? I never would have thought. All right, I'm at 17.4 miles, 6% of the battery remaining, allegedly, and I really slowed down. Like all of a sudden it was going high 11s and we just dropped down into the 9s, the high 9s. So the battery's dying, but we just had an epic run. That was a pretty good result. I'm just gonna see how far I can go before it would be quicker to walk, and then we will conclude this test. All right, folks, this was a very successful range test. I ended up going 18.2 miles. And at 18.2 miles, the board said it had 5% of battery remaining, but the board kind of just shut down and it went from about 8.5 miles an hour and the controller just wouldn't work. So I think the battery and the board just shuts off at 5% and you can't go any further. But 18.2 miles, that is crazy. Even Exway says the board will go 16 miles. So that whole 18.2 miles took me 1 hour and 29 minutes, thereabouts. I did track it on my watch. It'll be on my Strava. You can see it right there on the left side of the screen now. That's the route I took, my average speed, and all of that. So, how far have you been on your Exway X1 Pro? Write in the comments below. If you like this video, check out these other 2 videos. It's my range test in Gear 3 and the unboxing of when I actually got the Exway X1 Pro. Other than that, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you next time.